last homeschool video I did was when I just had Carson in kindergarten. So I thought I would do an updated video because a lot of people have asked questions about how do I homeschool and still entertain my little ones at the same time? How do we kind of do more than one student at a time? So I'm just gonna give you an updated version because a lot has changed since that last video. And also this is not an ad for Rebecca in any way. It's just my honest review and opinion and what has worked for our family. There are just a few things that I've done that I feel like make it just a little simpler, and it's not necessarily even related to homeschooling, but no matter how messy the house gets during the day, I always clean the house before I go to bed. So the dishes are always done, the laundry, it's swept and vacuumed, so I don't wake up with the pressure that, oh my goodness, I have so much to do as far as just housework. I can wake up and start school and it just seems like it's been so much easier in that aspect of it. And then the second thing I do is every night before I go to bed, I lay out their books, circle exactly what assignments they're gonna be doing that day, and kind of set up a program for the next day. So I don't have to wake up and take the extra 15-20 minutes to get that all set up. I have it all ready and laid out, so we have just a fresh start every morning. It's definitely different not being just able to focus on your child's schooling, but also be able to entertain your other little ones, like Everly and Holland, and soon to be Finley. So I have tried to do different routines and I felt like it's worked really good for us. I basically start them with one activity, and typically it lasts 30 minutes, and I kind of just move to the next thing. So mentally I have, okay, well, they're gonna start with Play-Doh, or they're gonna start with Magnet tiles, they're gonna move to baby dolls, and kind of just, once they get a little bored of one thing, I just move them to the next thing. So that's really worked really well for us. And also I feel like it's okay if, you know, you have to stop and say, let's take a little break, let's get reconnected here. But as far as them playing together, I feel like it's worked really well, just trying to have different activities that you can move to and from. And also when I get a little break, I'll go read them books and kind of connect with them in that way. As far as the Becca program, that's what we started with, and I have some pros and cons that I love and don't necessarily like about the program, but it has worked very well for us, and I feel like it has really given the kids a great foundation. So first I'll list the pros. First, I feel like their Bible program is absolutely phenomenal. They just have so many Bible songs, scripture memory. They have a great foundation. They go through the entire Bible. It's very interactive for the kids, and I feel like it's very exciting. They have different pictures, and that has probably been my #1 favorite thing about the program, and I think I will never stop using their video Bible program because it's just amazing. The second pro is that the books are all colorful and they're fun for the kids to look at. They're not boring. My kids get really excited about it. There's different pictures and coloring books that go with each grade. So you can basically do as little or as much as far as like craft and extra curricular material that if you like, or if that's what your kid wants. But I also feel like your child is gonna be different. You know, each child is gonna be different as far as their learning abilities and capabilities, and even their learning style. For instance, Carson is very focused. I was able to start him earlier. He loves doing handwriting. He's just very easy as far as homeschooling. Brooklyn is very smart, but she constantly likes to be moving. So if she's watching her DVD or doing her work, she has to be bouncing or moving or doing something. And I have to realize that's okay. She can still retain just as much, and it's just a different learning style. So I kind of want to cater to each child and what works best for them. Another pro is that Becca is more advanced than most curriculums. So I think just as a mom, I feel like that gives me a lot of confidence knowing that my child is where they're supposed to be, or even a little above where they're supposed to be. So I think that's a huge pro academically. And for Carson, I started out and did every DVD they had for kindergarten and for first grade. But by second grade, I feel like it was just so much screen time that I wanted to kind of pull away from that, because he was just like, Mom, it's so many videos. So in second grade, I actually only did the Bible DVD for him, and I actually teach all the workbooks. And that has been probably one of the best changes because it was so much. And if your child is able to do that, that's amazing. But for him, it was just too much screen time. So he only does the Bible DVD, and then I teach the rest of the curriculum. Brooklyn is in kindergarten now, and so she just does the Bible, the math, and the handwriting at this time. And I teach a lot of the phonics and stuff like that. So I think you just have to realize what your child can handle and what's, you know, too much for them, and they're gonna be like doing nothing but complaining. I don't want it to be something that they dread, but something that they look forward to. So I think you just have to balance that out, and you as a mom are gonna know what's best for them. It is a little pricey as far as their DVD program or their online program. So you have to see if that's something that's gonna work for you. I think it costs anywhere between $300 to $600 a semester, and I think it gets a little higher as their grades go up. But their workbook program is really budget friendly, so I feel like that's a great alternative if that works for you. The next con is that I think it's a lot of book work. And for the first few years, it was overwhelming because I was like, how can someone possibly get all of this done in one day? Because there's even extra practice in every book for every day. And so I think as a mom, you're just gonna have to say, what does my child struggle in? What do they need the most work in? And kind of work with your child accordingly. If you have an energetic child like my Brooklyn, for instance, sometimes it's just so much she needs to take a break and refocus, or just kind of clear her brain, go outside, do something. So for me, I have to realize it's okay to stop what I'm doing and pause the school and just let her clear her brain and think and be able to get some energy out. Or you might have a child that's more focused like Carson, and they want to knock it out one at a time and be finished a little faster. So a lot of homeschooling, I think, is understanding your child and being able to do what's best for them. And I think the Becca program has worked great for our family. I feel like they have a great foundation, and they're doing great academically. So I'll try to give you another review in like 2 years and tell you if I still like everything. But thank you for your interest, for your questions. Please feel free to leave your comments below if you had any experience with Becca, if you love it, or if it's not something that has worked for you. But God bless you guys, and thank you for following our little journey.